Hi everyone, Harrison here from LED Torch Shop, here with a little monster pocket thrower. It's the Manker MC13, maximum 950 lumens, over 700 meters throw. But before I get into that, I'll let you know what you get in the pack and then we'll dive straight into it. Da-da-da-da. First of all, in the pack you get your MC13. Now it comes with a battery supplied inside the torch. Now this battery that it comes with is an 18350 battery. It's about the same width as an 18650 and about half the size. This recharges through a USB-C port at the top, and they provide you with a USB-A to USB-C cable, which is great. They also give you a lanyard, a spare O-ring, and also your user manual, which is definitely worth a read because the interfaces might be a little bit different compared to some other torches that you might have had previously. Some optional extras though as well is you can also run an 18650 in this torch as well with the extender tube, and that it just pretty much replaces the whole handle of the torch to run an 18650. That can be any 18650 as well. Obviously doesn't have to be Manker, just make sure that's a protected cell. The advantage of running an 18650 is pretty much longer run times. The output levels are not going to change at all, so yeah, you're just going to get longer run times. You do get a pocket clip here, which can obviously be taken off with a little screw there if you didn't want it. Really solid pocket clip though. No front button on this, it is all a tail switch operation. But the thing I love about this, being so compact, they haven't gone with an open reflector because they might not get the distance they're after. They've gone with a TIR lens. The function of a TIR lens is to maximize all the light that's going to come out of this. So it is 950 lumens, so it is super bright. But what it does is any light that sort of might get lost on the outside with an open reflector, what it does is sort of brings it all back into the middle there and tries to fire it straight out the middle to give you that nice sort of uniform singular beam. The Manker have done this on a couple of different torches in the past. This is sort of their only one they've got at the moment, or one of their only ones I've got at the moment. And yeah, it works really well. I mean, you can kind of see just on my hand there how sort of spotty that beam is. And then obviously you can sort of cycle up. And the beam doesn't change too much depending on what light output you're on. It really stays nice and tight. That candela is really concentrated in there, so you do get that distance you're after for such a little tiny pocket thrower. So it's got a max output of 950 lumens with a 760 meter throw. So it's running off an Osram LED, and these chips I've found have just been super throwy. So it's a great chip choice to put in these little compact lights. It does a great job at focusing all that candela into the middle and getting you the maximum distance you can for such a tiny little thrower. It's also got a lockout mode, and it also regulates its heat. So if it's getting too hot, it will drop down. Also battery level. If the battery level can't output that max amount, it's not going to let you until you recharge that battery right up. These kinds of torches with the really spotty high candela in the middle, sometimes they don't look as great on camera because it just can't pick up on how nice and tight that beam is and how far it can throw. But it does have a bunch of different modes. So it's got the moonlight mode, 0.5 lumens, just great to have maybe in a tent or somewhere like that if you just need to see things at a really close proximity or something like that. Jumping up to a low mode of 120 lumens, you're gonna get about 4.5 hours run time on that. And being such a low output, you don't really notice it too much because of that TIR lens. It does throw a long way. You can probably see where you're walking and everything like that. Those low outputs are absolutely fine to run it on for long periods of time. All these run times are for the 18350 battery that comes with it. So if you are running an 18650 or something bigger, these run times are going to change. The outputs won't, but the run times will. Jumping up to a middle mode, you've got 240 lumens. You're going to get about an hour and 47 minutes, so 2 hours run time on that. And then your high mode is going to be 450 lumens for about an hour, 45 minutes or so, which yeah, again is a great runtime for such a little battery, that 18350 battery. But it's more about how usable that light is. If you're sort of wildlife spotting or something like that you want to see in a tree canopy, or just that little bit further, you can carry this around your pocket, and yeah, you're gonna have no dramas sort of having it as either a backup torch or a main torch, just being so small and compact. And just a quick double tap gets you to that turbo, that 950 lumens, going for about 35 minutes on that 18350 battery. But yeah, I didn't find that too much of a trouble because I do have extra 18650s that you can kind of just keep using the whole time. So really easy, compact, light, Turbo's great, high's great. I mean, it would definitely be in my pack for maybe a secondary torch, just so if I want to see a little bit further than sort of my general purpose sort of walking around torch, this one would be definitely my go-to. It's built nice and robust with the sort of aircraft grade aluminium, great finish on it, really easy interface. You don't have to know too much about torches, it's just sort of a hold down, it cycles up, one click on, one click off. So crazy easy torch to use, especially if you've already sort of got 18650s. You can get that extra 18650 extension tube, which I highly recommend, because yeah, sometimes you might get a bit caught out if that's flat. You can't really go anywhere. But yeah, it's going to be a great little thrower for you for years and years. There's not too much can go wrong with it, so definitely worth grabbing yourself Manker MC13, put it in your pack, carry it around all the time. Yeah, you're not going to regret it at all. So I'll drop a link below to the Manker MC13 where you can check out the whole Manker range. They've got some really cool stuff there at the moment, so it's definitely worth grabbing one if you're interested in a little pocket thrower. Thanks for watching this one. Please feel free to like, subscribe, really helps the channel out, and I'll catch you on the next one.